I want to know more particularly about the observation protocol and ask you to kind of dialogue and tell us about how you experienced the development of it and the use of it, and just unpack that a little bit for us.
At first, it was a little bit overwhelming because you have 20 things to look for. But because you gave us those videos to watch, you get a little more comfortable using it and what to look for. And we talked about it a lot in our meetings, so you feel a little more comfortable going in. There's still more to learn, obviously, but it was a little overwhelming when we very first got our protocol. But I think we're a little more comfortable with it now. Just there's a lot of things to look for at once, so that's pretty much the only thing.
Had you ever seen a protocol before, or did you know that those kinds of techniques were used? Or I'm just trying to get a sense of where you started from where you are today.
Well, we do teacher evaluations at the end of every semester.
Okay.
But they're not as in depth.
No,
not
at
as
all.
detailed.
But I mean, it's something like that.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
This was my first experience with this type of a protocol when I came into the FIN. But like it was pretty much like Amanda said, though, with the videotapes that really helped a lot. After doing the first observation, now it's like it's easier. It's much easier for me.
You even know what page to flip for. Oh, I seen that right there.
Exactly.
And you kind of know, now I don't have to read over as much now when I go because I know what I'm looking for.
That's right.
I agree.
Do you find yourself, without the protocol, in the classes you already have? Noticing things that you hadn't noticed before. So can you talk about that? What are some of the things that stick out in your mind? And I don't want names about I don't know, things that aren't aligned that maybe should be, or things that you know now that your instructor, your professors are doing a lot of that before you were just kind of not realizing that that's an item on the protocol.
I think for me there were always things that I noticed about the teachers, like things that I liked about them and didn't like.
Sure.
But now I'm more aware of it because of the protocol. But I can't think of any specific examples off the top of my head.
Okay.
But just more aware of it. But you always have those same opinions.
Yeah, but I do find myself thinking about the protocol when I'm in the class. Like if the instructor asks critical questions like, why is this and how is that, blah blah, and I'm like, oh, okay, I can recall the protocol. So
I notice more like what they're not. I mean, you always, like Amanda said, you have your likes and your dislikes, but going off the protocol, I think Talita and Jose can agree because it's probably they know who I'm talking about. They're all the same thing. And you notice what they're not doing or what they're not reflecting on, especially if we're all lost, and he just keeps going and going. And I'm like, okay, well, there was no probing questions, and he didn't reflect on what we thought, or, that type of thing.
Interesting. Any thoughts on your part about that?
Yeah, I mean, I've been evaluating professors since the first EDT class, the first EDL. And, you start noticing what they're not doing, and it's like, sometimes it's distracting because sometimes it takes you out of the actual lecture.
That's true.
So it's like, you just look at their approach and you start evaluating the class, and then you realize, oh, wait a minute, I don't have any notes.
Or even picking up as future teachers, you see like, oh, I'm definitely not going to try that approach or use that.
That's true.
That's called an occupational hazard. You are definitely developing it. I'm proud of you. That's good.